So you've been around the world. You've been lucky enough to learn off like some of the greats, bro.
Mm.
Sherwin, Keone Madrid, all these guys. Like, what was it like? So what was it like meeting them and just getting to
Mm.
know them for who they are, and not like just the dance aspect of them.
Bro, I think meeting them, bro, I was super starstruck. Like, meeting them for the very first time. I remember meeting Keone,
Mm.
and we're in urban dance camp. It's like a whole new different thing. And I was just like, damn, because I was a huge fan of like Keone, Brian, Lyle, like before meeting them. And then, yeah, just sitting in class, getting ready for whatever the day looked like. I just see this dude on the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like, he just looked different. Like, I just saw, like, his swagger, it just looked different. And we're doing class. I didn't think much of it. So we just kept doing class and whatnot. I was trying to pick up the choreography. I can't remember who was teaching. And then I turned around and it was Keone, bro, like, taking
Bruh.
class, like, beside me. And I was like, dead. And I was like, and because there was mirrors,
Yeah.
right? Because I was trying to look and I wasn't paying enough attention at the time. I was just trying to pick up my moves.
Mm.
And then, like, bro, once I noticed that it was Keone, I was looking at him the whole time through the mirror, and I was getting mad, bro, because the way that he was picking up the choreography,
Yeah.
the way that he was doing it, bro, was just goat level.
Mm.
And I was like, damn, that's the level that I want to be at. So that was my first pre-meeting Kearney experience, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it was the same with Shurin, bro. Just getting to see him teach first, and then finally introducing myself after class and whatnot. And it was crazy, bro. Just talking to them and just kind of, like, for me especially, I learned a lot during my urban dance camp kind of season. You have to be willing to look like a fool in front of your superheroes. You know what I mean? You just have to be willing to look like a fool sometimes, whether it's in the class, whether it's just going up to them and just asking them questions. And so I think, yeah, just my experience with urban dance camp, like, I learned to network a whole lot better. You know what I mean? Like, talking to people, introducing who I am, and then just asking them, like, like, one of my main questions was like, yo, like, how did you get to this point? Tell me your story. Just tell me, like, I'm all ears. Whatever you want to tell me, like, I'm not the type of person who will say, like, I remember after every class I'd be like, oh, what can I work on? You know what I mean? Like, what can I do better?
Yeah.
And it got to the point where they were just like, I don't know, because I didn't really watch you because there were so many people that I had to watch, or it was just like, oh, nah, you're doing great. Like, just work on this. But then it became like surface. You know what I mean? I wanted to learn more about them. I wanted to see, like, yo, what was the journey like for you? And so that was one of my go-to questions, man, was to ask, like, every choreographer, like, how did you get to this point? What was your journey like? What were the ups and downs? Or just firstly, just tell me your story. Like, how'd you get here? And bro, that opened a whole lot more deeper conversations that had, a lot to do with character, that had a lot to do with just being persistent. Because obviously for us, we see all the glitz and glamour of being an urban choreographer.
Yeah.
They get to travel everywhere. They teach all these like huge workshops, but little do we know about the bigger side of it, their history, the journey that they had to go through to even get to where they're at. And so I was fortunate to have a couple conversations, with a lot of the greats like Keone, Brian, Lyle, and I swear, bro, I was just annoying, bro. Sherwin too. I was just the annoying person that would just hassle them all the time. Um, and I was fine with that, bro. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to talk. I wanted to discuss. I wanted to question, like, why did you do this? How did you do this? Because at that, even today, like, I'm interested. These guys are some of the best dancers that I know, in their respected fields. And so for me, I want to be the same. I want to be respected in my field and what I do. And so, yeah, man, that's why I said, like, don't be afraid to look like a fool in front of your heroes, because um, yeah, like you'll learn a whole lot quicker that way.
Mm.
So yeah, I think with that whole experience, it was crazy, bro. Yeah, just hitting him up to like meet up and trying to catch up for coffee or for like dinner or something. And to me, like the first time I hit up, I think it was like Keone or Brian to like catch up
Yeah.
because I wanted to sit down with them and just hear their story. It was just crazy, bro, because we're in this area in Germany and I'm just sitting with like some of my heroes and I'm just like I'm pinching myself the whole time, you know what I mean? I'm just like, bro, is this even happening? Is this real? And I learned a lot, bro. Honestly, during those times where I was with overseas in Germany for Urban Dance Camp, I learned a whole lot in those 3 years that I think if I didn't learn when I was there, I would be a very different dancer. I learned so much, bro. I learned about being versatile. I learned about being just a good person. You know what I mean? Dance aside, being a good person first is like one of the main things that I learned over there. And so, yeah, heaps of dance stuff too, of course. But yeah, just being a good person was definitely one of the things that I still to this day hold true above all things. You know?
Mm.
Mm.